that one?
I think in your YouTube videos, if you actually analyze a clip, I don't know which clips you have covered. I'm excited to see your channel. But you have, if actually cover a clip like something from Friends, that is a very relatable situation for friends in India, you know, they're going to pass it on to all their friends, and that's how the chain builds up.
Right, right, correct. I always that we can call it external traffic through the
Yes.
WhatsApp. The people, what we call it, word of mouth.
Yes, word of mouth. Yes. Word
That
of
helps
mouth
a lot actually. That
referral.
helps a
Yeah.
lot.
Yes. Yes.
So I just wanted to ask you a few questions.
Please go
Okay.
ahead.
Uh, what is your experience about this learning or acquiring this English language? How one can acquire this? Dekho, you see, I have one channel. My main focus is on the vocabulary, but vocabulary is not only enough for speaking English, for being a perfectionist in English. So what all steps should one take to get the fluency, to get the right speaking, and to not get stuck anywhere in the conversation on a daily routine basis? I'm not talking about any kind of specific conversation like technical specification or scientific. No, no, no. General communication. They should not get stuck. What should we do for that?
Okay. So it's only been recently that I've started thinking about these things. Before this, I was working as a writer. So I just happened to join Clapping Go without any plan. And I have started thinking from this point of view because the questions that the learners are asking me, I experienced these situations many years ago because I was bad in English way back in high school. And at that time, I just consumed English left, right, and center. I just read a lot of books. Then I started watching a lot of movies. And now I try and think about it how I got better. I was fortunate to have a couple of friends. We would interact in English and we would describe situations that took place in Punjabi in English, and then if we saw an English TV serial, we would try and describe that serial in Punjabi. Like we would play around with the language.
Okay.
So 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 my one advice that I'm passing on to all the learners who ask me how to improve, I just tell them that if you learn new words or if you go through the rules of the tenses and prepositions, whatever rules you're going through, once you have gone through them and understood the rule, try and create examples describing your personal life and personal situation using
Yes.
them. So I am not very good at I'm not a very social person. I connect with people very well one to one, but I I don't feel so comfortable in large groups of people because it's difficult for me to read everyone, and I'm not able to anticipate the answers if somebody randomly asks me a question out of the blue. I
Yeah,
feel
it
a
happens
little
because
uncomfortable.
I'm answering to someone, to a particular person, and in the middle someone asks a different question, that
Yes.
it becomes difficult to manage.
Yes, I tend to get blindsided in big groups. So I watch a lot of YouTube videos where relationship coaches analyze reality shows. You know, this person is responding this way, and this person is feeling this way, but it's a cover up for how they are feeling. Relationship coaches, they are able to actually sense the body language and the expression of the people, and they decipher them. So I think it would be great for your channel, and it would help a lot of it would help the viewers if you are able to somehow, if you take, let's say, a clip from a clip from a sitcom, you can describe that clip why this is the best way to hold an argument. I remember I was watching this sitcom, and in that sitcom, a husband and wife, they were fighting, they were having an argument,
Okay.
but the dialogues were written so beautifully that it did not seem as if one person was right and the other person was wrong. They both were holding their side of the argument beautifully. So I
Okay.
still remember that scene. I have forgotten the dialogue, but I remember how I felt when I watched that scene. That both of them make 100% sense and both of them are right in their own place. So I feel if you can give your personal take on whatever clip or movie clip you cover, or a TV serial clip you cover, that this is a good word to use in everyday life. If you actually use, or this is a great way to describe your frustration. Because most people, when they get angry, they tend to shout. You know, if you can use a sample of a clip to describe, if you're feeling frustrated, this is a great way to to express your feeling without being rude or angry to anyone. So you are giving your viewers tools to use, that I don't have to yell or shout at someone. If I'm feeling frustrated inside, I can use this sentence, and the other person might be able to back off a little and give me some space to express myself. So yes, basically just now this has a very wide scope. Now even I've started fumbling because I am thinking of so many things right now. But all you can do is think of your personal life. Where have you struggled to express yourself? And since you're already learning the language, where do you feel more competent? And use inspiration from whatever clips you're picking up, and you explain why you think the dialogues in that clip are good to go through carefully.
Oh,
How do they best describe the situation? How are they best describing a feeling?
right.
um, a couple of days ago, a learner was talking a lot about his father, how his father has set a great example for him. So I just randomly, in we were actually discussing the topic. I love going off topic because I want to make the experience a little personal for the learner. So I just told him that give me 3 4 words that you would like to use for your father, and we went through words like discipline, self-reliant, you know, and suddenly his brain just lit up because he idolized his father, and he's not going to forget using these 3 4 new words that we use. He probably already knew those words, but now he has associated his father with those words, and he comes across another person who reminds him of his father's work ethic. He will happily use those words. So that's like you're learning, engaging with the language and learning it practically.
Engagement is important. Basically, is important. And what I think is where we lack, we learn a lot, but we do not engage.
We do not apply. Yes,
Yeah.
you're right.
I'm learning 10 words a day, 20 words a day, but I'm not using them in my daily conversation. Even if I use five of them, if I'm learning 20 of the words and I'm using five of them, I will be able to boost my vocabulary to a great extent. But if I don't
Yes.
use, then definitely it is not use. It will be forgettable. We will forget that from our memory.
Yes. So I think you are already doing a great job with your. I mean, you're fortunate because your work will make you enhance your language skills.
Yes.
So anytime you find a clip, just make it as personal as possible.